I'm Sergeant Steve Richardson of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Windsor Detachment, and this is No Limits.
Human beings come in a multitude of colors. We are all unique and wonderful creations. We are sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers. And what we perceive in life to be barriers are only challenges to strengthen the human spirit. And that's No Limits.
I'm different.
So am I.
So am I.
There are many things that make me unique.
Like the color of my hair. Like the way
Like the way I sing.
The way I smile. I like being different.
But I don't like when people point out my differences in a negative way.
I don't like feeling that I don't belong.
I don't like feeling like I have to change myself just because of the way I look. Or because of the things I can't control.
Like I'm tall, or like I wear glasses.
Like I'm shy.
Like I'm short.
Who really cares about our differences anyway?
If we tried a little bit harder.
And we respected everyone.
I'm different.
So am I.
So am I.
Displaying their athletic abilities while also receiving a valuable lesson in both cooperation and leadership was the premise behind the Greater-Essex County District School Board's Special Olympic event held right here at Sandwich Secondary School. And could you give me an idea of the logistical commitment and resources that goes into planning an event like this?
Yeah, well, yesterday we had the elementary students. We had over 350 athletes from 30 different elementary schools. We also had over 220 volunteers from the 13 different high schools in the Greater-Essex County District School Board. Today is the secondary day, and we have over 190 athletes participating and over 300 student volunteers from all of the high schools in the board.
And can you give me an idea of how appreciative you are of the competitive spirit of the athletes participating not only today but yesterday as well?
Yeah, it's fantastic. We really stress this to the leadership students too, just about how this day is for the athletes. It's a chance for them. We all know that sport brings people together, helps with teamwork, helps with confidence, and this day is really for the athletes to experience that, to be with their peers from other schools, compete against one another, and then just have a good time.
Could you talk to me about the life lessons you're hoping that not only the athletes but the volunteers that volunteered their time today, could you talk to me about the lessons you're hoping an event like this teaches them?
Well, what we hope is that the leadership students, I think that days like today help break down the stigma of working with students with special needs. Countless times yesterday, leadership students came up to me and were sharing stories of just how great of a time they had, different connections they made with the students, and I think that's the biggest thing. We tell all the leadership students, if they can make one connection with one student and make their day better, then they've done a great job today. And I think as far as the athletes are concerned, just having the support from the community, having the support there from the leadership students and making a new friend, I think that's what is the biggest accomplishment for today.
All right, Stephen, thanks for your time this morning and best of luck with today's event and the event as a whole.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Stephen.
My name is Steve Richardson, and I'm a sergeant with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, posted at Windsor Detachment.
Can you tell me about today's event and why it's important for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to be involved in an event like this?
The RCMP have a long-standing involvement with Special Olympics all over the country. We were invited here today to take part in the opening ceremonies, which we are very proud and happy to do. And so that's what we're doing here today.
And can you tell me what you personally make you feel when you see all of these athletes out here competing at the highest level? What sort of lessons is it teaching you personally, and what sort of lessons do you think people should take out of an event like this?
I love my involvement with the Special Olympics. I think it's just an outstanding event. I am always humbled by the courage and the integrity of the athletes, and how seriously they take it, but above all their sense of sportsmanship and working together, and to see them all cheering each other on no matter where they place in any of the events. Everybody enjoys themselves.
And can you finally just tell me what when you walk away from an event like this, what sort of messages do you take away from it in terms of leading your own individual life? What sort of lessons do they teach you from coming out to an event like this?
I think specifically about the oath that the athletes take before the games. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempts. I think that's excellent advice for everybody's life. We always try to do our very best. Sometimes it doesn't go our way, but as long as we keep trying and we push ourselves to the most of our abilities, I think then that we come out ahead.
Looks like rain again today. Dark clouds gather and fill the sky. Don't know how to talk to you, just know how to say goodbye.
As National Access Awareness Week continues, today marks the beginning of the Face-to-Face program, a program intended to give those with disabilities a chance at the world of work. Here at K9 to 5 Dog Daycare, our four-legged friends are giving those with a disability a chance to experience the world of work. And joining me now is Scott and Corey. Scott, great to see you today, and thank you for being with us.
Nice to meet you.
And can you tell me a little bit about the business here and what you guys do, and why it's important for you to expose people with disabilities to the workforce?
Well, it's important because disabilities usually isolate people, and when you open them up to the workforce and you put them back in the public eye, not only are people in a place where they have to accept the disabilities, but it puts us in a place where we can accept the disability too and become part of the normal life.
Mm-hmm. And can you tell me a little bit about your personal situation and your friend here, Corey?
Oh, I had a brain surgery back in 1999, and I lost my sight due to complications when it was healing. And I met Corey the year 2006, and him and I have been together ever since.
And can you give me a little bit about what it takes to train a specific dog like this in order to assist you?
Corey met his trainers at Leader Dog School for the Blind in Rochester Hills at 6 weeks old, and I didn't even meet him until he had done 18 months of training. I didn't get to name him, I didn't get to do anything with him until he had completed 18 months of training. And then I spent the last month of training with him at the school, and he became my dog, and I came home with him.
And obviously, you two are joined at the hip, right? And he helps you accomplish your daily tasks and what you have to get done?
Oh yes, we lived together at the school for the last week, just so we seasoned properly with the dogs. And now he's just part of my everyday life. I'm a student at the University of Windsor in the social work department and taking minors in behavioral psych, and he's as much on campus as I am. I believe they're preparing a degree for him when I graduate.
Very good. Can you tell me about your personal feelings about the program itself, face-to-face, and what you're hoping people will learn about the abilities and skills of someone with a disability?
I think it's a wonderful program. It's going to bring people out of the shadows, people that have been hiding because of their disabilities, and people that are publicly afraid of people who have disabilities. I know there's a stigma out there that people think, well, if I get too close to somebody with a disability, maybe they'll get sick, or the disability will rub off on them. I can't tell you how many times people have come up to me personally and yelled in my ear because they think I'm deaf and they don't recognize the fact that it's a dog with me or something. Or I'll be standing at a street corner and the guy in the car waiting for me will be doing this. He'll be waving his hand saying, okay, go ahead. And I wonder, you know, this person has no idea what's going on, does he? I mean, I have the dog. Obviously, I can't see you waving me ahead. You know what I mean?
What are you hoping people watching this take out of a program such as the face-to-face? And how do we make sure that inclusion of people with disabilities continues?
Well, people with disabilities have been automatically, by the stigmatism, set aside. And therefore they will try harder even to fit in when they get the chance to, and all they need is that opportunity.
Investing in the minds of imagination will open up the floodgates of exploration and lead to the discovery of intriguing possibilities for hundreds of teens, thanks to an exciting new announcement from Community Living Ontario as the Passport Mentoring Program makes its way to Windsor and Essex County. And joining me now is Priscilla Campbell, the coordinator of the program, to tell us more. Priscilla, it's so great to see you, and thanks for joining us today.
It's great to see you too, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
In the working world, you know, it's always important to network and make the necessary community connections, and I understand that the Passport Mentoring Program works to accomplish that goal, does it not?
It definitely does. One of the main goals of Passport Mentoring is to help students get connected within the community, meet new people, and expand their personal networks. Often students who are in high school get the opportunity to go out and go co-op or maybe hold part-time jobs that give them the opportunity to meet new people and make connections out in the community, whereas sometimes students with disabilities don't have that same opportunity. So the goal of Passport Mentoring is to get students who have a disability out connected in the community, give them a chance to meet new people and a chance to explore the workplace.
And can you tell me about the participants themselves and building up their amounts of self-esteem and self-worth and the benefits they receive from being mentored and seeing the experience of a full day's work?
A lot of the time, students who don't have a lot of these opportunities to get out and explore the workforce, or who may not have opportunities to gain knowledge in the skills in something that interests them, they don't have that chance to build their own personal confidence that they have the abilities to do these things. So by taking part in Passport Mentoring, they'll be given the opportunity to gain skills and gain knowledge, and it's a really good validation for them that they can do the things that interest them. Mm-hmm. It also gives other people the opportunity to get rid of some of the notions that we have, unfortunately, as a society, that people with disabilities can't always do the same things as people who don't have disabilities. So by getting the chance to go out there, it also helps build confidence because it gives students the opportunity to show people what they can do and what they are capable of. The program is very flexible, so based on the availability of the student and what they would like to get from the program, as well as the availability of the mentor and what they can provide. Some of the job shadows just are on a weekly basis, once a week for a month, where I have some job shadows that only occur one time. That being said, there's also some mentorships that I've set up that go on for months. So it is definitely a flexible program, and it's all built around the student and the mentor and what they'd like to gain from the experience.
Well, equipping students with the resources and independence to be successful within the community is certainly a noteworthy mission, Priscilla, and we wish you all of the best of luck and launching the Passport Mentoring Program, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much for having me.
Doing our best to break down barriers through information and technology for No Limits. I'm Kevin McShan, and we'll be right back.
And I'm here to talk to you, students in grades 5 to 8, about stepping up to racism in our world. First off, racism is a serious problem in our world. And do you know who started this? Well, if you don't know, I do. And that's us. Yep. Oh, well, not everyone, just some of us. Well, if you want to know how some of us do it, here are some examples. Example number 1, making fun of another person's religion, culture, etc. Number 2, despiteful puns. Like, that guy's black over there, he's as black as chocolate. No, not good. Example number 3, disrespecting others and their beliefs. These are only 3 basic examples. There's more. And if we do the opposite of examples 1, 2, and 3, we might just be able to change the entire world. Possibly. So if you want to stop and step up to racism, you'll be doing great things to help others. God loves all cultures, and remember that. Please do. Literally, remember that.
The Auto Body Program at Western Secondary School is opening up fireworks of opportunity to reach the roadmap and finish line of greatness. And the man in charge of the program is Jamie Legault, the teacher of the Auto Body Program here at Western. And he joins me now to talk more about the program. Mr. Legault, nice to see you this morning, and thank you for being with me today.
Well, thank you. Nice to see you too as well.
And can you tell me a little bit more about your program and the missions that it sets out to achieve?
This program here at Western Secondary School, we've built this program. It's been here in the Board of Education now, I believe, since the school opened. So it'll be about 30 years that this program has been here. I've been teaching this program for the last 10 years. I also am a graduate from Western as well, so I came to the school as well, taking the Auto Body Program back then, graduating, going on to get my license, and coming back to the school to teach what I've learned out in the field. The mission of the Auto Body Program here is to promote life skills, to promote skills for students to take and leave this school and go on to a career that they will flourish with, that they'll be able to support their families with, and again be a part of the community and give back what they've learned here as well.
And for you personally, since you're personally connected to the school and the program itself, what are the lessons that you're hoping that your kids learn by taking this program, which they can apply both in the program and field itself and in life?
The best lesson that I like to give here, my students know, is work ethic. I think if you can develop a work ethic in this classroom, it's important to bring that to whatever career that they're going to. They know that when they're in this class that they have to be doing something. If they're not working on a job, they have to be cleaning. It's all a work ethic that they're developing that they can take on with them, and they can flourish in any career as long as they have a strong work ethic.
As the leader of the program, can you tell me what gives you the most satisfaction when you first get a kid to see them progress through your program, and ultimately when they leave your program, what gives you the most satisfaction?
The most satisfaction I have is when we get them in grade 10. Sometimes I have them in grade 9, but grade 10, there's a lot of confidence building that we do. For example, in grade 10, they'll come from an area where they have a learning disability. They'll come from a school with a learning disability. A lot of them don't have the confidence that they should have because they've always gone through school with a learning disability. Academically, they're not strong. So when they come into this course and they find, oh, wait a minute, this is hands-on, and they're doing better, and they're excelling, they're getting praise for what they've done, you can see their confidence go through the roof. And they take right off with that confidence, and they realize just because I have a learning disability doesn't mean that it's going to hinder my life. I can actually do something.
Luke, great to see you, and thanks for being here today.
How's it going?
Can you tell me about your experience here in this program and what you enjoyed about it so much?
My experience in this program was pretty good. I loved it a lot working here at Western and having Jamie Legault help us out a lot in the auto body industry. A lot of things that we did were a lot of hands-on work to get us prepared for what happens in the future out in the industry. And I thought that was pretty cool there. I
understand that you've taken the talents and skills you've learned here and applied it out in the field.
It helped me a lot to kind of diagnose different problems that I ran into, and kind of helped me succeed in those issues I ran into very quickly.
And can you tell me what sort of life lessons did you learn in this program that you can take away for the rest of your life, not only as a part of this program and the field that you're in, but also applying them to your regular life?
More responsible, kind of seeing that, oh, I'm getting hit in the face here, I got to step up and kind of do what I got to do every day, you know what I mean? Get to work on time, get to work early, do what I love, and don't leave till I'm done,
What would be the message you want people to know about your school and your classmates here and the lessons you learned here at the school itself?
The only way it's going to work for everyone else is if you have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it's not going to happen
for you. Everyone's portrait of success will take on different shapes and sizes as they search for their individual apex of victory. For Linda Smith, she has a unique opportunity to see some exceptional students each and every day as the leader of Century's Transitional program. And here to talk more about her exceptional program is Mrs. Smith herself. So great to see you, and thanks for joining me today.
It's really nice to meet you, Kevin, and spend time with you, and thank you for coming to my classroom.
Can you tell me about the method of teaching in this room?
Well, because the whole goal is to make these students as independent as possible, because most of them have come from a self-contained classroom in the elementary panel, and I'm trying to get them ready to go into a regular high school environment with very little individual support. The focus is on teaching independence, self-advocacy, and making appropriate decisions, age-appropriate decisions. So a lot of students here, if you look at my agenda over here, we use visual agendas, and so this outlines to every student, they find their name on the agenda every day, and they find out what they have to do, and then they have workbooks, and they're all designed at their own particular academic level, because I teach academically, I teach literacy and numeracy in this class, and we teach everything from a grade 1 level to grade 9 level.
When we came into your exceptional classroom, you told us the best way to describe and take a look at your room was through your students. So can you tell me about that?
Well, as I think you're going to see, because I would like you to meet some of my students, I have a very diverse group of students that I am currently teaching and are graduates of my program. And I think once you meet them and talk to them, you'll understand why I say this. And I have to say that I feel very honored to have been assigned this assignment and have the opportunity to work with all of these individual students, because they're all very special people.
Well, let's take a look at some of those outstanding accomplishments. I'm joined now by Michelle Donaldson, one of the students here at Century's Transitional program. Great to see you today, Michelle. I understand you're quite the artist and you worked on a project for the Holocaust. Can you tell me about that?
Well, the idea was to make Hitler be in the front and then make the Jews like be
in the back,
like dead in the front, and then have like his followers behind him and wearing blindfold. I love art because I'm good with my hands and like it just feels like it flows out of me.
And tell me, why do you love coming to school every day?
Because I learn a lot and I feel like I need to take advantage of everything that I learn.
And after high school, I understand that you're currently enrolled in the Walkerville program, right? So how's your experience at Walkerville going?
I love Walkerville because I get to use all their equipment and take advantage of being an artist and finding new things out.
Robert G. Natale is a graduate of the Transitional program here at Century, and his list of accomplishments is plentiful. And here to talk to me more about his list of goals and accomplishments is Robert himself. Robert, so great to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And can you tell me, what did you learn while you were in this program?
I learned how to be more independent. I learned how to be more mature, and I learned how to respect other people and to help others.
And talk to me about the independence you gained. Do you feel as you are more in control as a leader since you gained your independence in this room?
You know, I feel like everybody's starting to catch on now. But I feel like the last few years here, I've started to catch on that pretty fast.
And why do you like coming to school here, Bud?
You know what? It's great to see how kids get help. You know, I like it though. You know what I mean? Because it's fun. You get to do work.
And tell me about your teacher, Mrs. Smith. Why did you like working with Mrs. Smith?
You know what though? She never gives up on me. I'm being honest, she never did.
Can you tell me what you would want people to know about your friends here at Century and the school itself?
That this school is it's a great school. Even though people do criticize it, you might if you want to criticize it, you might want to go here first before you do anything like that.
I feel honored to be allowed to teach in this classroom, and it's really hard to give them up. And it's so sweet to see them progress. And when I listened to them today talk, I was so touched because, it's just, if you'd seen where they came from and where they are now, they've just done tremendously well, and I'm so proud of all of them.
Breaking down barriers through information and technology. I'm Kevin McShan for No Limits, and we'll see you next time. I'm going to do that again.
I love it. Blooper?
Yeah, no,
ready?
We have so many bloopers for this thing. It's unbelievable.
I've been teaching the program for the last... What do we do?
No problem. Some sophisticated styles are being showcased by some sensational... Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, ready, Kevin?
Yeah.
You know what you're looking at?
No. Community is certainly a noteworthy cause, Priscilla, and we wish you all the best of luck in launching the Passport Mentoring Program, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
All the time. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I was right down. Like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, no problem. Okay, no problem. Oh, sorry.
No problem.
All right, no problem. Do you like Mrs. Smith?
All the time?
Do you like school?
Do you like Kevin?